Hello everyone. Today we will learn how to create a Google Drive folder link and email to candidates to upload their assessment. So whenever you update a task in your ClickUp for any specific candidates, you search for the record in Airtable, create a Google Drive folder link and then send them an email along with the link. Now this doing again and again manually is a time-taking task. So let us learn how to create an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect, where our trigger will be task updated in your ClickUp. Our first action will be to search the record in Airtable. Then we will create a folder link in Google Drive, and in the end we are going to send an email along with the link. Let us learn how to do it.
So let us assume that you are an HR and every person that is coming to give an interview for any post, you are going to provide them a task and then they are supposed to upload that document of that task in a separate folder. Now it's a very time taking task when you have to update the details on different planning and project management platforms. So what you're going to do is that add a new task over here in ClickUp so they'll be aware. And then in your Airtable, you have already created the list of all the people who are going to apply. So you are going to update the task over here so that it's updated right here in your Airtable as well. A Google Drive folder will be created exclusively for them, and then they will receive a mail of the access of that Google Drive folder so that they can upload their task assessment over there, and the link will be updated over here in the fourth column that I have created in my Airtable. Now this seems to be an easy task. Why? Because once you create an automation for this purpose, you just have to sit back and relax so that we can create this automation with the help of Pabbly over here. So let us quickly sign in into the account and learn how to integrate all these applications together and make our task easy. We will use Pabbly Connect application for this automation. Click on Access Now, and then you will reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Over here, you can see a big blue button on your right top corner. Click on that button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I'm going to name it as Create a Google Drive folder link and email to candidates to upload their assignment. Click on Create, and then a blank workflow will be created for you. So in this blank workflow, as you can see, you have two boxes, one with trigger and the other with action written over it. So the trigger means when this happens, which means that in this application, whatever event will take place will trigger this workflow, and then the action application will perform the assigned action. So for this workflow, our trigger is ClickUp, because the initial task will be created in ClickUp only, and the event has to be a task updated. Why? Because here is a task that is already created. It has been assigned to a person, and the person whosoever the task is assigned to is actually that person who is present over there in this list, okay, in your Airtable as well. So you just have to update your status of the task. So first of all, for that, you have to connect your account, click on add new connection, and then you have to enter an API token over here. So for API token, what you are going to do, go to this profile section, then apps, and then copy this API token. You can regenerate a fresh token as well and use the existing one also. Paste it over here, click on save, and your accounts will be connected. Now, once they are connected, you have to check on the workspace and space name. That is correct. We are working in the correct space, but the folder name is test details. So change it to test details, and the list will automatically change. You can choose if there are multiple lists also. Now, when you click on save and send test request, it will automatically detect the change over here that will be taking place. So click on save and send test request. It will wait for a response. You go back and then click on this to change the status, that is send assessment. Okay. Now, when this is done, you'll go back and see that you will be receiving a response over here. Yeah, the response is here. Here you can see the before type was open. Okay, and then the after status is send assessment. So this is done, which is the task updated event. Now once this is done, you'll see, but we did not receive the assignee. So you have to add one more step over here, that get details of that specific task. So choose again, click up the action event. Here will be find a task by task ID. Click on connect. Now you don't have to go to add new connection. You can select the existing connection, click on save, and then you have to enter the task ID that you will get over from here. This is the task ID, and then that you have mapped over here. So save and send test request, and then you will receive all the details that are related to this specific task, and you will also find the email address of the assignee that we need. Once you save this step, close the window And then now we will put a filter. Why filter? Because we want that only the task where the status has been changed to send assessment should be forwarded for this specific workflow, and then only for them the new Google Drive link should be created. So you choose it from here, type status, and the status is send assessment. So the after status should be equal to send assessment. So again, type the same and this. Okay. Once this is done, click on save and send test request. You'd applied a filter that this label has to be send assessment. Okay. This is done because the condition is true for this specific situation. So save this step, close it, and this filter will ensure that only send assessment ones will be forwarded. Now our next step is Airtable. Why? Because you have to search for that specific person whosoever you have assigned the task to. So now you will search the record of that person, click on connect, add new connection, and then you have to enter a token here. So for token, you have to go to Developer Hub, where you have to create a new token. You can name it ClickUp. Then you have to add a scope. So again, you will add all these scopes one by one. You can get the reference from these that are given over here in your Pabbly Connect instructions. And then in total, you have to add 7 scopes over here so that it covers everything that is supposed to be read or written. Okay, that's how. Webhook Manage is the last one. And then the access will be to all current and future bases and all current and future workspaces. So now click on create token. A token will be generated. Copy it and then paste it right here. Click on save. Once this is done, Airtable and Pabbly will be connected. So now Pabbly has the access to search for that specific record. So the base that we are working upon is called team members. So you can search in this field as team members. It's already here. And then the table name and field name will also change. Now, once this is done, field name has to be changed to email because we are going to use the email address to locate that specific person, that is this. Okay, so now what we will do is map this value. So you have to go to find task and type over here user demo. Okay, now this is here assignee. So assignee email is the one we want. Your search value is this. If there is any contact or any record with this email address, then bring all the details over here as a response. So click on save and send test request, and then you'll see that, yeah, this is the name of the person, contact, email address, and this is the address. So click on save, that you have successfully retrieved the details of the person or the assignee you can call. Now is the time to create a new Google Drive. That once you have located the assignee, you have to choose your action application as Google Drive, because you have to create a new folder for that person. So just choose your event as create a file or a folder. Click on connect, add new connection, sign in with Google, choose your Google account, and then give access by clicking on allow. So that Pabbly Connect can command Google Drive to create a new folder. Okay, now this is done. So file name will be with the name of the person only. So you can take the name from Airtable and choose this as the name. Now this is the name. All right. What is the file type? It's a drive folder. Choose as a folder only and then click on save and send test request. It will be done. Now once this is done over here, you will receive the ID of your Google Drive folder. Save this, but you need to have the link. There is one way that you can actually get the link of the Google Drive, but you don't need to include that specific step. Now, once you have created the file or a folder, you have to update the link of that file or a folder in your Airtable. So choose your action application as Airtable, and then the event will be to update a record. Now, for updating a record, if you remember that you have to use a work link. So for that link, I will tell you a new hack that you first of all connect your Airtable with your Pabbly Connect. So you don't need to add new connection. Select the existing connection only. Click on save and then your accounts will be connected. Now you have to choose the ID. So your ID name was team members. Choose that. And this is the table, and then you have to see the record. So map this record field and then you can map it from the earlier Airtable application. So this was the record ID. Now you have to map all the details one by one over here because you're updating that specific record. So the name can be updated from Airtable again. Name is this. Address is this. This is the email address. This is the contact. And when it comes to work link, you have to paste half of the link manually by yourself, and the rest of it will be the ID. Now I'll tell you how are you going to do that. So you will be pasting this part by yourself. That is the general or the common part of any URL of the link of the Google Drive. Now the rest of it you have to take from this create file or folder and the ID. So that is how the link of any Google Drive folder is created. All right. So this is the common part, and then it's the ID. So it will be the work link. Click on save and send test request, and then wait for the response. See, the response has been created and your ID will be visible in this way, a complete URL. Save this step, and then we will proceed to sharing our Google Drive folder. So you have two options. Either you can send a mail, or whenever you are sharing a Google Drive folder, file, or any document, then you need to give access for that. So if you are giving access of your Google Drive folder, then automatically a mail will be sent to that person. All right. So either that mail will work, or if you want to add further details for that person, first of all, connect this, select existing connection. So if you want to add more details, then you can create another mail using email as your action application, using Gmail as your action application. Otherwise, this step will already be sending a mail to that person to give access. So either this will do. See, this is the folder that you've created, or you can also map the ID. So click on map, and then you can map the ID. So I guess this is the ID, but for proper ID, you can map it like this. Okay, now this is done. And now you have to enter the email address to that person whom you want to send. So what was it? It was user demo. This was the one. Okay, from ClickUp. So you can take it from this. The role is can edit, because that person has to update this folder. And then whether to send a notification mail. So yes, it's true. So a mail will be sent to this person. When you click on save and send test request, a response will be received which will say that it's done. Click on save. With the last step that we just attempted, a mail has already been sent to that specific person. But if you want to add more details, then you can add one more step and give it as Gmail and compose a new mail, like I will show you right here. Now you don't need to connect Gmail separately because you've already connected your Google account. And then you have to enter that address, which is user demo. Okay. Sender name. Email subject is new task. And then you can enter the details that now this can be done, that you've created email content like this, and write in the end. Regards. Okay. Once this is done, you can add a file name or attachment if you want to attach anything. Click on save and send test request. And see, it will say sent. So you have sent basically two mails to your userdemo@gmail.com ID, one with this content and one with the access like this. So this was the whole workflow. Let's do a quick recap of this one. It's a very useful one. There are many choices that you can actually perform. So our first step was ClickUp. We updated a task. Then we found the task details by the task ID that we got here only. We put a filter that continue only if the send assessment is the status of that task. Then we searched that record for the assignee, created a file or a folder in our Google Drive, updated the record like you can see over here. The drive link is already here. Now that drive link was shared with the help of the ID. We sent an email of the access of Google Drive, or you can also send email. So the 7th and 8th step is a choice. If you want to do both, you can do both. Either the 7th step is sufficient. So this was the whole video. I hope this helped.
Not just these applications, but you can integrate many other applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any issue regarding Pabbly, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any doubts regarding our pricing, then you can connect us through this given website. If you found this video helpful in any way, then make sure to share this with your friends and colleagues to make their life easier by creating automations. We will meet in the next video. Till then, do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.